Have you watched my 50mm f1.8 Zuiko lens review analysis for photography? You haven't? Well, you actually should. So go over there. This is the video playing right here. You should check it out first. Well, we can see this one first. It doesn't really matter. But I will link it if I remember. I will link it down below in the description. And if I remember, I will put it in the end so you can click on it. But in that video, I discussed about this lens and how we can get some, come on, focus. You can get some results in photography terms. But this video is all about video results. So I'm going to show you some results with this lens that you can get on video or using video. Now, how I'm going to do this? It's as follows. So description: this is the Canon M200. Okay, this is the APS-C sensor Canon M200. If I remember correctly, it's running at something around about ISO 100. Shutter speed, it's around 100. And our aperture, it's at f2. And the lens, it's the Yongnuo 35mm f2. I have also a review on my channel about this lens. It's a Canon, and the M200 has an adapter, so it has an adapter for the Canon EF lenses. So once again, M200 around ISO 100, f2, 125th of a second shutter speed, around about that, so you don't have any flicker with my LED lights. And it's sporting the adapter EOS adapter for the M200 mount, and I forget the mount name, but you know what I mean. So you can use EOS lenses on this mount, and I'm using the Yongnuo 35mm f2 wide open with autofocus. As you can see, it's autofocusing. See, that's why it takes us a second to focus back. So yeah, it works great. I use it for everything. It's fine. It's awesome. No big. It's pretty great. I have the review for that lens on the channel too. So, but let's check what are the results for this lens on that camera with the exact same mount. I'm not going to change the camera settings. I will maybe adjust this light here. I have a light there, okay, so I can get more even exposure, but I will not touch shutter speeds. I will not touch f-stops or ISOs. I will not touch the capture software. I will just adjust the light here. You may see some fluctuations in exposure, of course. It's to be expected, but I am going to mount this lens. I'm going to use the EOS adapter for the Zuikos. It has, this one specifically has no electronic contacts. It's just a bare adapter, and we're going to show you at like in the video about photography 1.8, 2.8, f4, and 5.6. I will stop at 5.6. I don't see the need to go any further. Maybe I'll do f8, even though it's going to get really dark probably. But I will try to adjust with my light here. So I don't want to adjust my camera settings, just to give it a fair chance. And of course, this is a manual focus lens, so I'll try to manual focus as best as I can. So I'm going to stop the lens, the Yongnuo 35mm f2 for this one. And the next shot is going to be using the f1.8 aperture. See you in a bit. And f1.8. Since this is a 50mm lens, I'm obviously more cropped, because if I do the math correctly, so the 35 Yongnuo becomes around about, multiplying by the 1.6, which is a crop factor on the EOS, on these APS-C sensors. So the 35mm becomes a 56. This is the Yongnuo. If I was using the Yongnuo, this one is a 50mm, so it's going to become 80mm. So this is equivalent roundabout to 80mm equivalent roundabout f1.8. I'm going to move a little bit so I can be as in focus as possible. As you can see, it's pretty sharp, man. No complaints here. It's very sharp. The only thing I noticed, it's a little bit of fringing here in my shoulder, because it's very contrasty. I don't think Yongnuo has that. at least not so intense. But I believe if I close the lens a little bit in f2.8 on the next segment, this will improve. But anyways, I mean, look at that. Would you specify that it's not a native lens? Looks awesome. I'm already getting some intense bokeh here at 1.8. The distance, it's around, I don't know, 1 meter, a little bit more from me. This is my arm. Yeah, something about, I don't know, 1 meter.2, something like around those lines. Do you notice any difference? Look at that. I'm pretty sharp. I would use this all day. Maybe I'm a little bit too cropped, but would you say that it's a non-native lens? Next shot, it's a 2.8. Well, I will not cut this. I will just slide the aperture ring. You can see it live. So 2.8. Yeah, I'm darker, which is I'm a full stop darker, which makes sense. Let me increase the intensity of my light. Maybe we need a little bit more. Let me put it in full bar. Okay, full power on the light. So yeah, I would need to increase the ISO a little bit on the camera or any other adjustment. So I am not going to edit this out, you're just going to see it live. So this is f2.8, still looks great. The fringing improved a lot, see? The fringing is kind of gone. And what do you know? Pretty great. Let's go to f4. Yeah, I'm darker. I will not adjust anything in the camera because it will not be fair. I would need just to increase the ISO. Whoops. I would have to increase the ISO or maybe to stop ISO, but I mean, you can see the actual sharpness. Pretty awesome. Its fringing is gone. So let's just do one more. This is f6, 5.6. Yeah, I'm pretty dark now. I will just cheat a little bit and increase the ISO just to get some fair comparison in terms of light. I am not cutting this out. So ISO, oh, that's a little bit too much. Yeah, ISO 400, round about that. What do you think? Pretty sharp, man. This is getting me considering maybe using this lens more often for video. Look at that. A little bit too cropped in, but still for a talking head video, it's pretty awesome. So we are at 5. Let me confirm. Sorry, I will not cut this out. So yeah, we are at 5.6, and now the focus it's way more forgiving, But I'm going to give it a good chance. As you can see, man, f5.6, pretty sharp. I mean, awesome. I'm looking at myself. It's great. Let's go to f8. Yeah, look at that, man. Maybe a little bit more in terms of ISO. Around 1000 ISO right now. Still looks clean. The camera is with BM200 is pretty good. And look at that. So f8 and be there, like we usually say. Let's go back to wide open. Of course, I'm a ghost. So this is pretty much the ISO I usually use. ISO 125. And we lost some sharpness, of course we did. And I'm overexposed because the light is too hot. Let me just decrease it. And there we go. I mean, I'm perfectly exposed, very nice. The background melted. And look at that. So would you be able to say that this is not a native iOS lens? And I like it so much, I'm going to wrap this up using this lens. So these were sample images or sample videos with the Olympus Zuiko, classical Olympus Zuiko lens 50mm 1.8, adapted to the EOS M200 and with the EOS adapter, and with varying apertures, so we could just see the results. So this is wide open. Look at that. I mean, the background kind of disappears and gets completely melted behind me. I also have the 1.4 variant. Words. I also have the 1.4 variant of this lens, and I will also do the review. Maybe I will do it not next one. I want to do a wider lens next. But let me know in the comments below if you have any specific if you have any specific focal length you want to see. I have a full plan of videos planned out. It will get to, so you guys get to enjoy. Anyways, this was just to finish up. I'm having way too much fun with this, but it's this f1.8 Olympus Zuiko lens, the classical lens adapted to the M200 camera with the EOS adapter on the camera and the EOS to OM adapter on the lens. Looks great if you can live without the autofocus, which most of us actually can for the most part. You have a very good option for a very wide lens. 1.8, it's pretty wide. They are wider, but they get more expensive. But this is something you can actually get for cheap. Check my other video for some pricing options. Like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you think, what you need, any questions, anything you want me to answer, and any tests you want me to make. Yeah, English. Anyways, like and subscribe, it will help, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.